Hey everyone, Seth Campbell here. Welcome back to Segway Plays Legend of Zelda the Wind Waker. In the last episode, we saved the withering Deku trees with the magic forest water with time to spare and investigated the mysterious caverns on Pawprint Isle. In this episode, we're going to continue sailing around, checking out some new islands, tackling a few side quests, and getting our first steps into looking for Triforce pieces, or at least charts that tell us where they are. And you may remember, we got a certain chart from a certain obnoxious skinflint who charged us cash on delivery that told us where the Triforce charts are. And this is actually really gonna pay off. So, as we can see, there's one in the top right corner, and it so happens on the little route I have planned for this episode, we are going to find ourselves there. So, hopefully we will find our first Triforce chart in this video. But that's getting ahead of ourselves just a little bit. This Gale Isle next door, right? Yeah, okay. I don't want to go there. I'm trying to find the island for this quadrant. Ooh, that's it ahead. And there's a treasure chart spot. Okay, first let's get the fishman to tell us what island this is, and we can match it up with our sea chart. Oh, leave me alone, George. Yeah, I mentioned earlier the way it's Georg or Georg is spelled, you could technically get away with pronouncing it George, I think. Oi, small fry! Crescent Moon Island. You best be careful sailing these waters on nights when the moon is full. Well, if you like pure soul-freezing horror, Fry, then maybe you can handle it. That's all the info I got to offer. Okay, duly noted. There's also a submarine over here. So let's see who or what is hiding out in this one. Mini Blins. Well, that lit up one of the torches, and it made a whole bunch more mini blins appear. Okay, obviously we did something right because another torch inside a skull has lit up. Gonna keep slashing these guys until something happens, because they're starting to drive me crazy. Okay, last one. All the torches are lit up, although I still hear one. Flowers growing here. I don't know what that's all about, but there is a chest up here. Surprise, surprise, it is a treasure chart. Well, that's handy. Speaking of treasure charts, we know there is a treasure chart treasure. I gotta find a less redundant way of saying that. Around this island we're at, but first let me just get out of here. I was like, they're kind of suspended in midair. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not sticking around to find out because they're annoying. Okay, Crescent Moon Island is back that way. There was a treasure near it. Let's find that one. Okay, there it is. So it's around the southwest side of the crescent. And I see it now. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Just leave me alone. Another one, come on. Incidentally, I'm just going to say this now because I figure I'm going to get most of the pictographs for figurines off screen, but if there are certain enemies or whatever that there are things to know about getting their picture, I'm going to let you know. For the Georgs, you want to get them when they jump out of the water, and that can be tricky because a lot of times they'll just come up and ram your boat. So you want to wait for them to sort of jump and get a picture then, because just a picture of the fin is not going to cut it. Okay, let's see what this one is. It's another piece of heart, which completes another heart container, which makes 14. We are just cruising along. By the way, I wanted to address something that I failed to mention so far. Any treasure you pull up from the seafloor will appear in the little orange section on the right side of your sea chart, which has there just how many treasure charts you have. And how many of the treasures corresponding to them you have pulled up off the seafloor, and it will show you the treasure you have pulled up. It shows you what it was. So that's pretty cool. So let's check out this Crescent Moon Island, and then we will head east. Doesn't look like there's all that much to see. It's basically a rock. But it's got a chest. Ooh, and blue choo-choos. We can use the blue chew jelly. And even though we found a simpler and easier way to get blue potions, still nice to have. Now, if you had to guess, yep, another treasure chart. Let's see what this one. Oh, no, I guess it's an earlier one. Alright, that's Tingle Island, actually. Oh, there's one of these guys. Old Man Ho-Ho is their collective name. And that's why. Ho-Ho, I see. I do indeed. So, they will be found on various islands just looking at stuff. And if you take your telescope and look in the direction they're looking, you will see what they're looking at. In this case, it's the submarine that we already found because we had sailed past the island. But that's a useful thing to remember. You'll see Old Man Ho-Ho's in various places. We already met one of them way back on Outset Island, though we couldn't do anything about what he was looking at the time. But they are helpful. A lot of times they will also be useful in guiding you to areas where a whole bunch of seagulls are flocking, which is where big octos come up and try to eat you. So yeah, heed their advice, because they're looking at something interesting most of the time. But for now, let's head east. I will see you when we find something interesting. Okay, here we go. There is a trio of platforms, and I think those are almost closer to us. Yeah, I'm gonna check these out. Any cannons? No cannons. Only the one in the middle has a ladder. Well, a general rule of Legend of Zelda games is when there's 3 of something, it's probably important. So, let's investigate. Oh boy, more Wizrobes. And that made a chest appear. But obviously that's not all. Red rupee, sure, it's nice. But there are 3 towers here, and there are more Wizrobes. Okay, makes a chest appear over here. So can we just jump across? Yes, we can. Even though there's no ladder. There's a space for a ladder, so it gets confusing. Okay, golden feather, nice. But that's not all. Come on. There we go. That is what this is all about. A treasure chart. So yes, this trio of platforms is definitely worth your time. Let's see. Okay, that's Shark Island. See, generally it's a good idea to open treasure charts as soon as you can, so that if you happen to go by the island that they lead you to, the Pillar of Light has already appeared, and that's all good and dandy. Okay, let's see. Now I have to get back to the island of this quadrant, which is up that way. So it seems to be less an island and more a collection of rocks again. Where is Fishman? There he is. Okay, what do you got for us? Oi, small fry! Seven-star Isles. So much like the five-star Isles, this is the seven-star Isles. You see seagulls flying all around some seawaters. That's a sign they need to be wary, Fry. Because the seagulls flock to wherever big octos appear. Big octos, I tell you. Those things don't mess around. And that's all the info I got to offer. Okay, so what can we do here at 7-star, Seven Star Isles? Well, bunch of Cargoroks. So, remember when I defeated all the Cargoroks at the 5-star Isles and nothing happened? I'm pretty sure I was thinking of this place. Let's see. Okay, that's 2. How many more are there? Are there any more? Am I wrong again? Because I really felt like there was more. No, I guess not. Okay. Never mind. There is not more to the 7-star Isles than that. I guess it's all about the platforms over there. Yeah, okay, like defeat all the enemies. Yeah, okay, that's what I've written in my notes. So I guess, yeah, that meant the enemies on the platform, not the enemies on the rocks. But now we head to the northeastmost quadrant of the Great Sea, where, if the incredible chart is to be believed, a Triforce chart is hidden. Oh, and there's already a treasure chart piece here. And some cannon ships that look mean. Where is a fishman? Tell us what this place is. There he is, I think. And I hear him. Where is he? Okay, there he is. He was circling around him, and I could hear him in stereo, so but I couldn't see him. Okay, what do you got for us? Overlook Island. Hey, Small Fry, do you know about the Golden Triumph Forks? They're there, I tell you, on that island. The chart's there is what I mean to say. But the cliff that rises, the cliff there rises sharply, and even if you wanted to climb it, there aren't any ledges or footings for you to grab onto. So, what are you gonna do, Small Fry? And that's all the info I got to offer. All right. So, yeah, in case it's not totally obvious by now, the Golden Triumph Forks don't actually exist. That is the Triforce, and the fishmen need to be fitted for hearing aids. Unless, of course, there are 2 separate charts to lead us to different things on this island, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, no, that's not the case. Well, let's find our treasure first, shall we? I'm still stumped by this one because there's another chart for Mother and there's one for Mother and Child Isles, and that doesn't. Could they both be there? Have to bear that. Actually, no. Come to think of it, I think I know what that actually is, but it's a little complicated. Okay, here's this one. Do, do, do. Getting closer. And gotcha. You got the secret cave chart. Now you know where to find the secret caverns. This is another special chart that we can get, which is really helpful if you're trying to accomplish everything that you can in this game. The secret cave chart. This shows you all of the islands that have secret caves. And you'll notice, for example, Pauperin Isle, where we just were, it says ×2 because there were 2 caves there. So all of the islands seen here have secret caverns on them. And that's interesting. Overlook Island, where we are, is marked on this here chart. So let's take a look around, because we know what we're looking for, and we know it's supposed to be here, but there doesn't really seem to be much of a way up. Unless, of course, you happen to notice that very conveniently placed tree. And this you need the hookshot for. So this is an example of why you couldn't just go around and get all the Triforce charts before going through the temples. Because you need the items you get in the temples. That takes us up here, okay. Oh, they dodged the hookshot. I'd forgotten about that. Blue Chew Chew. Get us some blue chew jelly. Bring the hookshot back and continue across these enormous pillars. Who built these? Like, I guess someone trying to hide this Triforce chart, but it seems you built these giant pillars for no real practical gain. Let's see, let's get up here. Is there anything worthwhile up here? Not really. Okay, I guess this is just the overlook of Overlook Island. But here is our secret cavern. And this is clearly inside those pillars. Now we've got this room with the door we came in, a door directly across from it that is barred off and we cannot go through, and then 4 other doors. This chamber of so many doors. That is a great song hidden at the end of the first album of the Lamb Lies Down on Broadway double album by Genesis, which everyone should listen to. It's gloriously weird. So each room in this is going to be a gauntlet of sorts. Each room is going to be filled with enemies that must be defeated. Now here's the thing, you can use the bomb flowers. Just know that if these guys and their giant spikes happen to collide with a bomb flower, they are going to set them off. So, plan your maneuvers carefully. So, you defeat the enemies in the room and the door opens and you just go back out, right? So, what does that gain you? Well, hang on. The torch above that door is now lit. So that room is done. Let's see what this one's got for us, huh? Stalfos. And come on, I don't like waiting for these guys to reform, but it kind of becomes inevitable. Yep, especially when you have more than one. They can really, and they've got those, such a range with those spiky clubs, and they send you flying, and it can be really hard to get hits in on one of the jumping, disembodied heads when the other one is sending you flying, and then the next thing you know, they've already reformed, and okay. Come on. Okay, that's one down. Alright, yep, that makes it significantly easier. Alright, there we go. 2 Stalfos down. Let's see, they give us anything good? Not really. I feel like it would make sense for a Stalfos to give you skull necklaces, but I guess not. After all, what do they need a necklace with a skull on it for? Okay, another torch on. Let's go to this door. I'm just going clockwise. You can do these in any order, really doesn't matter. I don't think that, like, they escalate in... Well, I mean, they escalate in difficulty in the sense that I chose one that had Armos Knights first, and, you know, now we're under Summoning Wizrobes, and... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna need the bow. Okay, you're still here. There you are. Ah. Gotcha. See, Wizrobes are an interesting enemy. They have appeared in many different Legend of Zelda games, and more so than, I guess, really any other enemy, because Bokoblins have always, you know, they've looked very different in a lot of games. Moblins have looked different in a lot of games, but they're always sort of kind of pig-based, like humanoid pig hybrid. Wizrobes, like, they seem to be based on different things. You know, sometimes they've looked like sort of pig people themselves. Sometimes they've looked like just sort of silhouettes of people with classic witches' robes. And then in this game, they're freaking toucans, because why not? And then, just when you thought it was safe to relax, because you'd done all 4 rooms, well, you come back into the main room and suddenly there are a whole bunch of dark nuts here. Four of them, to be exact. And the thing to remember is their giant swords can destroy these pillars. Okay, one down. Ooh, rupees. Lots of rupees. Lots of rupees. Ooh, including a purple one. Tell me I got the purple one. I think I did. That's something... I'm not going to tell you why just yet. But there are a couple of side quests, and then something that's not a side quest that you're going to need a lot of rupees for. So get them while you can. I've already got 10 Knights Crests. But extras, I guess, I think we can sell. So that will help us get rupees. Is that the last one? Yes. And so now, the last door with that arch above it and that oh so familiar crest. It opens. And so when we go in, we find another one of these. Designs that reflect the wind are drawn here. And again, as a kid, I was just honestly kind of mystified with this. But you're supposed to just play the Wind's Requiem. And it will make a chest appear. You got a Triforce chart. You can't read it yourself. So you'd better have... So you'll have to get it deciphered somewhere. Well, I mean, it's a good thing we got the chart, but if we can't read it... What would we... How would we get it? I wonder. If you ever need help with charts, don't forget it. Oh, no. Yeah, we are gonna have to take it to Tingle. But let's not do that yet. Let's not subject ourselves to him until we absolutely have to. In any case, we have gotten the first of the 8 Triforce charts. So that's a good first step. Have to start somewhere. Now, before we finish off this episode, I am just going to sail south a couple squares and check out the 2 islands there that we have not yet seen. Like I said, it's going to kind of be interspersed between Triforce charts and little side quests. And since we just have a little convenient travel path, there's a bomb there, it was about to explode. I say we just finish up this little hook, get these 2 islands, and then we will call it an episode here and resume our search in the next one. But as I sail south, I will spare you the bland sailing, and see you as soon as we see something interesting. Uh-oh. I just remembered what island this is. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, and we've heard this mentioned before. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of this island. And I'm trying to decide, do I want to tackle it in this episode or no? So you know what? Let's do it. Just because. Flight control platform. Yeah. To the west of here, over on Dragon Roost Island, you'll see all kinds of rocks. Big ones, little ones, some as big as your head. You get the picture. Anyway, they said that long ago there used to be a treasure hidden inside those things. Who knows? There may still be some left, so you should open your eyes and take a good look around. From as high up as the sun to as low down as your toes. That's all the info I got to offer. Can't go fighting evil on an empty stomach, you know? Yeah, okay. Flight control platform. This is a mini game. And this is a minigame that is notorious. Well, basically among everybody who's played this game, because it is finicky to say the least. We're gonna take it on. So I believe we heard someone on the Rito, in the Rito village, mention the Birdman contest. Oops. Cannot return to Hyrule without first reforming a piece of the Triforce. It is now our duty to gather the 8 Triforce shards. Yeah. But I'm gonna participate in the Birdman contest instead. Because I really care about the fate of the world. Let's see. Birdman contest signing counter. If you think you were born to fly, then take the challenge of the sky to win fame and prizes. First, what are you looking at? Oh, all the way out there? I see. Quite so. What is it? I can't even see. Can you climb up here or something, Link, so I can... It's a bunch of seagulls. But, I don't think that's a big octo, because it wouldn't make sense because of what this is. Greetings, O person who has surely come to take the challenge of the big sky. This is where you can register for the official Rito Tribe Birdman contest. And now, listen, you are free to use any means, methods, or tools you may have at your disposal to help you soar through the sky. The rules are simple. See how far you can fly before you crash into the rolling seas like so much dead weight driftwood. A banner stands now at the site where the great and talented champion, who has flown the farthest to date, crashed into the frothy waves in a massive splash of glory. If you are able to pass that flag, then you will be the new champion, and you will be drenched in praise much as you will be drenched in seawater. The participation fee is a mere 10 rupees. Well, will you take this challenge? I will, against my better judgment. Okay, then up the ladder you go. My brother awaits you up top. You don't seem to have any wings or feathers or anything on your back, so do you have something you can use to fly, right? You do have something you can use to fly, right? I sure hope so. He's wishing the wind beneath your, thing, whatever it is. So, did that guy look a little funny to you? Like the beak and, you know, the glasses and the hat and everything, and this guy too? Yeah, these guys aren't actually Rito. They're dressed like Rito. They kind of look like Rito. But the official consensus, and you learn this from their figurines, but it's just heavily implied by the way they look. Yet these guys, they're not actually Rito. They're just a couple of humans who dress up as Rito and pretend to be birds. And they're the ones running the Birdman contest, for some reason. Oh, a challenger! The contest is afoot. You see the banner far off in the distance? That marks the record distance set by our great and talented champion. I'm trying to give this guy sort of Wario voice, because that's the mustache. You must pass that banner. Wah! Wah! Better at Waluigi. Wah! So, this is the Birdman contest. Now, obviously, you want the Deku Leaf to fly. You can use any means necessary. You gotta have the wind facing the right direction, otherwise you stand no chance. You have to have the magic upgrade, or else you stand no chance. This is one of the things I first saw my friend who got me into this game playing. He didn't have the magic extension, and he could not figure out why he was having absolutely no luck at this. You have to have the magic extension, otherwise you have no chance. So, it's simple. Jump and fly. And honestly, it's going to require a lot of luck and a lot of care. And you got to hit the updrafts or you're not going to make it. As soon as you touch water, you're done. Sploosh! Flight distance was 110 yards. Yes, a whopping 110 yards. 110 yards, I suppose that's about average, by which I mean not even remotely in the league of the great and talented. Say, have you ever thought of flying into any of the updrafts you see out there? They can really boost your distance. Yes, that's what you have to do. So I am going to keep trying this. And basically, any Let's Play you can find of this, like, it gives people a lot of trouble. And I can assure you that that's not just the, the famous curse of the Let's Play gods. That is because this is just such a difficult thing to do. You have to maneuver it just right. And sometimes, as you can see, the waves come up pretty high. So if a wave comes up just high enough, you essentially land in the water when you wouldn't have if that wave didn't come around. Also, your magic is going to run out pretty quick. So, you can't be going left and right too much. You have to mainly go straight ahead, but you have to catch at least a couple of these updrafts. Okay, here's the thing. I've got the height, but I don't think I've got the magic. I don't have the magic, and it's gonna drop me right in front of the thing because I wasted just a little too much time going left and right. Sploosh. That's gonna happen to you a lot. You are gonna get so close. 248 yards. You're gonna get so close. You're gonna think you've totally got it this time. Oops. I should have read that because they were impressed. Superb flight, all hail. They want to fly again, young fledgling. Alright, current maker's 240 yards. May return his feathered wings as a bird of the skies. This is the one merciful thing, is they refill your magic every time. So, they don't make you go out and get potions or find ways to refill. So you're okay in that regard. But yeah, so you have to make it a mostly straight shot. But like here, look, the waves are coming up high. If I come in any lower, I'm in trouble. But you're gonna have this happen to you many times where it's gonna look so close. Like you've totally got it. And then suddenly you don't. Because you run out of magic or you just barely miss an updraft. Or you touch down just below the banner. Come on, come on, come on! Oh, no, that's not going to count. You're about to see what I mean. You're about to see what I mean. Yep, sploosh. Even though I was in between the pillars, I was not all the way under the banner. That is about... Flight distance was 254 yards. Yes, a whopping 200... I think that's as close as you can get without getting it. 254 yards, really? That's some great flying, but not quite great and talented. I have no more advice to share with you. All that's left is to cast your luck to the wind and just fly. Fly, boy, fly. All right, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to speed it up. I'm going to play some music. And hopefully it won't take me too many tries, huh? Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I pressed the wrong button. I totally failed to open the Deku Leaf. That happens to 7 yards. Yeah, it's not even a flight. It's just fall distance, 7 yards. What was that? That was so terrible I don't even know where to begin offering advice. I could have fallen unconscious and done better than that. You're not wrong. Okay, now I'm going to speed this up and play some music. Oh, I think I got it. I think I got it. Yes! Goal! You should see the look my dog is giving me right now. I wish I could stop and take a picture, but it would be too complicated to do that. She's very worried about my well-being, and now she's checking in on me. I'm okay, Mischief. I'm okay. It's also 3 in the morning, and I have neighbors, and that probably was a bad idea. But in my defense, it's a Saturday night. It could be worse. Congratulations! Yeah, my dog is very concerned about me. Current record is impressive, 260 yards. Oh, breathtaking. You have shown me an incredible feat of aerial navigation. My eyes, they are unworthy. Oh, no, that's the Wario guy. I should have been given it in the Wario voice. Wah, wah. Amazing. You blew past my brother's best record in impressive fashion. You would make a fine and distinguished member of the Rito tribe. I guarantee it. The former champion upstairs says so, too. You are both great and talented. So as the new champion of the Birdman contest, please accept this great and talented prize. Piece of heart. Awesome. Okay, that didn't take as many tries as it could have. I've had a lot more frustration on that. Now back anytime you feel the desire to fly again, I shall await with one eye on the sky and the other on the sea. Okay, awesome. That's done. Phew. I was afraid that was going to take a lot longer. Of course, they don't refill my magic now. Alright, I'm just going to sail one island to the south. We're going to take care of whatever's down there, and then that'll be it for this episode. My poor dog. Mischief. It's okay. It is okay. I wonder, the seagulls were all around here. Is there a big octo here? No, apparently not. Huh. Okay. Don't know what that was about. Anyway, I'll see you when we get towards that island. Okay, here we are. Let's see. What do we got? Duck to me, fish man. Oh. No, that's right. Okay. I'm dumb. I changed the wind's direction for the flight control platform, and then I followed the wind, assuming it was still going south when it wasn't. You know what? That's a sign that it's late and I'm tired, and maybe we should just call it here, because we're back at the 7-Star Isles. Yeah. Alright, you know what? We've had a good run. We found the first Triforce chart. We beat the Birdman contest. All's well with the world. So, we bid you good night. Good night. Good night. At least, I bid myself good night. See you in the next episode.